Hey, this is Steve Shaw for acrylicpouring.com, and I don't know if you knew this or not, but I do have a regular full-time job. I'm an art teacher here in Atlanta, Georgia, and I love pour painting so much that this year I decided I'm going to do a pour painting with every single one of my kids here at the school. That's 250 kids. So I have bought 250 8x10 canvases, and in the preparation for that, I set up stations, as art teachers do. And I realized that when I was done with the station that I had created with 4 kids per table, one station with all the supplies in the middle, that the station in the supply kit that I put together could easily be the perfect startup set for any person that wanted to start doing pour painting. So I'm going to take a moment here, shift the camera down, and I'm going to show you the items that I have in the kit. And this again would work at a table set up for 4 people, or if you want to just set up a similar setup like this for yourself, this would be easy to be able to move in and out of your kitchen, work from and put back and forth to. Anyway, it just works really, really well. So I'm gonna shift over to a different camera view and show you the stuff that I've been using with my kids, and then I'll shift back and I'll use the kit and we will do a quick pour painting together. Thanks. This is a typical setup I've been using. I will have 1 box with these items on it on a table, and then I will have 4 boxes like this with a canvas inside. Again, 4 at the table with this in the middle. And on my tray of supplies is a 16-ounce squirt bottle of white paint, 16-ounce squirt bottle of Floetrol, 3-ounce Dixie cups for mixing in paint. I use these little condiment cups that are 1-ounce cups, and that's the perfect measurement for the amount of Floetrol to add to each paint, cup of paint that the people will use. I keep in a cup a couple of Sharpie markers so folks can write their names on the back of their canvases, some stirring sticks, and if the folks doing the pour painting are a little bit older, I will get them, I have push pins in here, and I ask them to put push pins in the back of their canvases to hold it off the table. For younger students, they'll put down 4 cups to put their canvas on so it doesn't stick to the box. Kind of more in bulk, this is what I've been buying. The gallon of Floetrol from my local Home Depot, again, which I put into a smaller container. Michael's has these great little sets of paints. These are all, I believe, 2-ounce little bottles. There's 24 in a pack, and I think the entire pack is $15. You can probably get it on sale more like $12. And this 24 pack is perfect for making 2 setups, so I can get 2 setups out of this. I will have the Artist Loft white paint, which is what I again put in this bigger container, and it's broken down, not broken down, but it has a little bit of Floetrol, a little bit of water added to it. And then to mix things up, I've got a big box of stir sticks, and and these work great. I have your creme brulee torch, and I've been using the 3-in-1 silicone, and I went ahead and put it into a little eyedropper bottle like this. And at each station, each table, not only do I do a demonstration of how to do it for everyone to watch, when they go to their own table, they will have a set of directions that sit at their table as well. And this is what those look like. I'm sure there are any number of ways to set this up, but what I found to work out the best, if I have a group of people coming in, I'll take a table that's about 2.5 feet by 5 feet, and I will put box tops that have been cut down or came off the top of a box of paper, and each box will have a canvas inside ready to go. All those supplies that I just described for you will be in a little tray in the middle, and those are all ready to go. Each table will also have the step-by-step instructions, so if somebody kind of forgets what they're doing or what step they're on, they can just refer to these. Plus, I'll make sure I'm always close by to answer questions and help people. So I'll get 4 people per station, and yesterday evening, I think I had about almost 20 people in here, so I had 5 stations going. And of course, it's always a good idea to put a big garbage can in the middle of the room, but this is how a setup is gonna look when your folks come in. All right, let's do this. I'm all set up at my table here, and I've got all my supplies in front of me here. I've got an 8x10 canvas and a nice little box top that I've trimmed down, and I have my sheet here with my step-by-step instructions. So, going right down the list, number 1, put your name on the back of the canvas. So I'm writing my name on the back and the year. 2019. Next, put push pins in the back of the canvas. So I'm going to reach in here, grab 4 push pins. Again, if you haven't used push pins before, I really like them. They're good for keeping the canvas off the bottom of the box, and if you have to move it somewhere else, it'll keep it off a tabletop. And the reason being, if you have paint that's dripping over the edge, the paint could stick the canvas to the tabletop or to the box, and then just kind of gets messy. So I have 4 push pins, 1 on each corner. And if you have little kids or if you don't have push pins, you can always just put 4 of these little cups down. And that is also a very great and super easy way to hold the canvas up off here. But I prefer the pins. All right, got my push pins in. Then next it says, and this is just the simple steps, like I said, for beginners when I'm teaching my students or teaching a class. And my next step is to set up 3 cups for paint. So I'm going to grab 3 of these Dixie cups, and these are the 3-ounce Dixie cups. I need to choose my colors, and I have all these great colors. Again, I got from Michaels. These are 2 ounces each. I'm going to go with some of my darker favorite colors. What I usually tell people when they're using these colors, just to put a nice little layer across the bottom. I'm only filling one of these cups up. I'm not even a 1/5 of the way. You don't need tons in here. So I'm putting a nice little layer across the bottom. I will tell new students or new pour people to use the 2 colors that you want. Let's do purple, and this turquoise looks nice. But one of the 3 colors, I really encourage people to use white. It just kind of lightens things up. Okay, that was just enough to give me a nice little layer across the bottom. Okay, so I have 2 cups, and we've got some color across the bottom there. Third one, as I mentioned earlier, I already have some white paint, and I started with the Artist Loft acrylic paint from Michaels. I'm gonna put a little layer of white across here. My goal at the end, we're gonna transfer these all into 1 more cup, and a full Dixie cup, 3 ounces, is the perfect amount for one of these. So my goal is when I'm done to have 3 of these, each cup that's a 1/3 full. All right, next, I'm going to use the Floetrol. And I've taken the Floetrol, put it in a separate bottle, and what works really nicely, these are just these little condiment cups, 1 ounce I think, and this is just an easy way. You can order these off of Amazon, or yeah, just however you want to measure it out. But that is 1 measurement, 1 ounce. I'm going to add 1 of these to each of my cups. So 1 to the purple, 1 to the turquoise, and 1 to the white. Boom. And now I am done with this little cup, so I can squish it and set it aside. Okay, now I need to mix the Floetrol in with the paint, so I'm going to grab my little stirry sticks. Ideally, you would have stir sticks that did not have the ink on them, but even if a little bit of the dye comes off into the paint, it makes little to no effect at all. So I want to stir this in really well. Stir that up. And it should go back to almost its original color, maybe a little bit lighter. That looks good. Take the stick here, my turquoise, mix thoroughly. Here we go. And the white, of course, you don't see any big changes in the white because the Floetrol is white and the paint is white, but still want to mix that up well. Okay, next, we're gonna grab your oil. I use the 3-in-1 silicone. Like I said earlier, it's already in a little drip bottle. And I think this had like Doc Martens ink in it originally, so I just saved them. And I tell people that you need about 3 drops in each one. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And if you do a little bit more, a little bit less, nothing bad's gonna happen. Okay, so I got my oil in there. Not much of a stir. I'm just gonna do kind of a little X on there, little X here, stir in a little bit more there. All right, my paints are ready to go. I'm gonna get 1 more cup, all right? You could just pour all of these into 1 cup and just let it rip. Most people like to do layers, so I'm gonna put a layer of purple, layer of white, little layer of the turquoise, and do that again. And it's always a good sign for pour when your cup is looking good even before you've done anything with it. And this is looking pretty in here. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just finish these off. If a little bit of paint drips on your canvas, no big deal because you're about to be pouring all this on the canvas anyway. All right, this cup is done. Put it aside. Done with that stick. Top it off there. Also, if you do this and you're a little bit short on the paint for filling up one of these 3-ounce cups all the way, just grab that, the bottle of the white paint and just put a layer of the paint on the top to fill the cup up. That's gonna ensure that you get enough coverage, and yeah, and that'll just make it easier. So like that, I'm gonna top it off. You could easily right now just do a straight pour it down. Oh, look at this though. I'm already getting great little cells and stuff in there. That's looking really pretty. I love flip cups. I love it. It's just for me, I think it's the way to go. So we're gonna do a flip cup here. Remember when you do a flip cup, so many people think it's like some acrobatic juggling act. It's not. Just hold your paint in your cup with one hand, pick up your canvas, turn your canvas over and gently place it on the top. You can even lift your hand up. I've got it kind of centered about right there. Now, there is no fast fling to this. It's easy. Slow motion works fine. So put a hand on the bottom, gently, slowly, look, don't have to do anything fast. I flip it over, and now I can actually just lift my hand up. The cup is fine right there. Gonna set it back down. Wait a moment or so, and then this is the moment. This is the excitement. This is where galaxies are made. Oh, I love that. We are already getting some really pretty cells just busting through there. Beautiful. When you've done this for the first time, it's so much fun, or every time. It's so much fun to take a moment and just kind of watch and see where the colors are going. And when you're done watching, tilt a little bit. Picking up. And when you tilt, try to remember to tilt over your box, because that's what it's there for, to keep the paint that's dripping. Oh my gosh, I love this. This is beautiful. Beautiful. And I love the way it's stretching these colors out through here. Gonna get coverage down to that corner. Nice. It's easing its way down there. Right. If you have a little area that needs a little extra help, you can always pick up a little bit that drips off the drippings and put off the board or off the box and just kind of tap the corner. If you have bald spots on the sides, I will just do a little tapping on there. Some people leave the bald spots on the sides empty. That's fine, just personal preference. So I'm gonna tap a little bit on those. Got a little empty area over here on this corner. But folks, just that quick, just that easy, I have this beautiful, beautiful pour painting. I'm gonna wipe my hands off with a paper towel, and a lot of paintings, you don't need to torch them at all. Remember, we put the silicone in there to help create cells, but when you heat that up, it's like a type of oil, it's gonna wanna rise to the surface. So let's see what happens. Like I said, you could stop right now. This is beautiful, but I've got my little torch here, and watch what happens. Oh, make sure to clear everything away. You don't want to set your board, your box, or your artwork on fire. I'm gonna just do a little area through here. Oh yeah. It's making beautiful little cells right there. I'm actually gonna try to stay out of this area. I think it looks nice having a little solid area. Ooh, nice. Okay, and I'm just gonna say to you guys, I put off getting one of these for over a year, and I would just use a big blue propane torch like you would use out in the garage. This was $15, I think, and it's great. Just so much easier. Cool. All right, this is gorgeous. I'm gonna try to lift it up here and get you a better view hopefully without dripping all over the place. But using the supplies that I just showed you, really, really simple. A great recipe, and I will you should be able to freeze the frame and get the recipe and the steps here from that piece of paper I held up. But it's just not that hard, you guys. And I want to teach as many people as I can to do this because it's just so fulfilling, so relaxing, and so fun. So thank you for watching. I'm going to finish up the video. I had about 20 teachers in my art room last night who had never made a pour painting before. I shared these exact same steps with them. Everybody made 2 8x10 canvases, and they turned out beautiful. So from here, I'm going to switch over and we'll finish up the video with the pictures of all those canvases that the teachers created last night. But hey, if you enjoyed this video, thank you for watching it. Please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. And if you have a chance, please visit my Etsy store. Just go to etsy.com and look up Steve Shaw and you'll find my stuff there. Thanks. Bye. As promised, these are the paintings created by some fellow teachers that I did a lesson for yesterday evening. No one in the group had ever made a pour painting before, but using the recipe that I showed you in this video and using the steps that I showed you in this video, I had about almost 20 teachers doing 2 canvases each make beautiful, beautiful pour paintings. There was not one bad painting out of the bunch, and everyone had a great time. And later these will be sealed and hung up on the wall. Thanks for watching.